Okay. Welcome everybody to Saturdays with Tara. I'm Mary Beth. You're at the Law of Attraction Club at the LOAclub.com. Remember later on, if you have a question or a comment, to press *6. Robin will be bringing through Tara for us today. This Hangouts is our introduction to the theme of the week. This session is also being broadcast on our conference line. This is for those of you who are on the Hangout. And we'll continue on the conference line with more discussion and a Q&A after the Hangout. So you're welcome to join us and bring your questions. So over to you, Robin and Tara.
So, is there truly nothing you cannot be, do, or have? The answer is yes, and it's an unqualified yes. This one mixed it up a bit with two law of attraction gurus, both of whom are coming from a one-shirred world perspective, and both of whom answered this question with yes, but. It seems that in this one's version of things, this one world focus is not only the prevailing societal conversation, but it also permeates the fabric of your religions and most of your popular explanations about the nature of things. So we thought it might be useful to revisit this topic of reality. And from our friends, Abraham, this reality that humans claim and cling to is such an arbitrary thing. You are billions of people with billions of different perspectives of life experience, literally creating billions of different worlds, and yet pretending that it's all one big world that you are all sharing equally. And it's not even close to that, you see. You are on these vibrational islands with law of attraction spinning on your individual vortexes, giving you exactly what you are a vibrational match to. Bashar. Your physical reality is just a holographic reflection of what you most strongly believe to be true. Bentinho Massaro. Want a happy world? Then it is absolutely crucial that you give up your focus on the world out there as if it actually exists. And so, as we often do, let us begin with this really simple and powerful statement. If you will let your feelings be your guide, and if you will remember to always reach for that better feeling thought, you will be right on the path that leads to the experiences you want. The rest of this is just detail. Is it relevant or important detail? That is for each of you to answer, of course, but we would say for most of you, yes, it is. Let's start with the detail and then move to why it's important. And lastly, as always, some tips for using this knowledge to create more of what you want. There's a consciousness that's you that makes all your decisions. Then there's the virtual reality that provides your experiences. It presents to you the physicalness that's you, and your physical world and your non-physical world. There are no boundaries between these. If you choose to change the consciousness that's you, everything else changes. These choices you make are the only things that determine what's in that world of yours. Everything is a match, and there is no thing and no body that exists in heaven or earth that can hold you apart from things that you match, or can push things at you that you do not. You are an always connected extension of the collective consciousness, the pure positive energy of all that is. There is no God beyond you that creates it all. You are creating, moment by moment, second by second, everything you experience. If you're aware of it, you're creating it right now. There's no committee that designs and maintains the earth as something external to you. It didn't exist before you, and it cannot survive after you. What's in your so-called past, in your history books and your paleo-scientific journals, is a nice backstory. But it's only relevant insofar as you make it so by granting it the power to influence your here and now. And for those on the Hangout on air, we have interjected here a diagram to show that you each create your own reality, either consciously or by default. And what seems to be a shared world is actually two worlds, or many worlds, intersecting at points, and therefore sharing that common reality, if you like, a co-creation, at a point in time. Further, you make choices and create alternate realities, multiple worlds with each choice. So which version of this world of yours and that world of that other person's actually get to intersect? The answer is only those which are a vibrational match. So what's the downside to a one-world belief, a one-world focus? Well, there are two things. Firstly, in a shared world, it's clear that what you can create depends on what those other people in that world decide they will create. Your desires are in competition with theirs. And now you're in the mindset of there's nothing you cannot be, do, or have except, or but, or unless. Now you're in the place of needing to gather like-minded people around you, or promoting days of world prayer or meditation. At best, you have declared that it's not just up to you. At worst, you have watered down the law of attraction to mean not much of anything. Then something comes along that knocks you down, and some of you just give up on the whole idea. Secondly, for as long as your mindset is one world, a world that's real and existing and out there, you internalize it as something it isn't. You make it solid and unchangeable. You put that pottery piece in the oven and take away your ability to put your hands on the clay and remold it to a new shape. This is a self-reinforcing mechanism, and it can really impede you by holding you apart from the experience of who you really are and the true power that you have. The less real you choose to believe things are, the less you will see them as solid and unmalleable. Less real begets more in charge. Less real turns your boat downstream. Everything just gets easier. There is, you see, no boundary between you and your world. What's out there is a reflection of you, because it's not out there at all. It's all an inside job. When you make a new choice, you are stepping into a new version of you, and a new version of your world wraps itself around you with new matching versions of everybody and everything. Whatever you believe is real is what you will experience, but it is a mirror, and it is only a mirror. We could go further into the concept that there are infinite versions of you and everybody else. That when you go left at the fork, there is an equally valid version that goes right. That you perceive only one version at a time, and that other version of you is perceiving a different one. But let's keep it simple for now with these two truths. It isn't real, and you are the decider. So now let's look at what to do with this understanding. The extent to which you allow yourself to step outside the mental confines of this context you have created is the extent to which you will build an ongoing awareness of who you really are and the power that you have. Be in the stands even as you are on the field. Spend time with the thought that this is me and my creation and I can change it all. Become familiar with it. Let it become part of you and watch the world change. People and things that used to be in your world will disappear because what you are is no longer what they are. Remember that beyond everything we have explained here, you are a part of the timeless, infinite all that is. The individuation that is you is always at choice. Everything is an option. If you have concerns about that so-called world of yours, those concerns are what holds you apart from what you really want. All that is necessary to change anything is to choose to believe in and expect different things. That is how powerful you are. What you believe becomes. Remember also that you are creating us even as we are creating you. And we are delighted to answer your questions as we dance together here. It is great fun.
This Hangout on Air was to introduce our theme for the week. Our longer discussion continues right now on our conference line. You're welcome to join us and bring your questions.